Time-lapse videos reveal breathtaking transformations, but some capture changes so profound they ignite global controversy. These accelerated visual narratives often expose uncomfortable truths, challenging our perceptions of progress and destruction. From blossoming flowers to sprawling cityscapes, time-lapses offer a unique, condensed view of the world's evolution. They compress hours, days, or even years into mere seconds, showcasing processes invisible to the naked eye. Viewers are captivated by the sheer spectacle of growth, decay, and monumental shifts unfolding before them. However, behind the visual marvel lies a powerful tool, capable of highlighting dramatic, often contentious, changes. This visual medium can illuminate environmental degradation or the relentless march of urban expansion. It forces us to confront the consequences of human actions on landscapes and communities. Understanding these rapid changes helps us grasp their long-term, sometimes irreversible, societal implications. Ultimately, time-lapses act as silent witnesses, documenting alterations that spark significant ethical and social debates. Consider the time-lapse documenting the construction of a massive hydroelectric dam over several decades. Initially, the footage shows untouched valleys transforming into vast concrete structures and rising water levels. Engineers lauded the project as a marvel of human ingenuity, promising abundant, clean energy for millions. The sped-up imagery highlights the incredible precision and scale required to complete such an undertaking. Yet this rapid progress sparked unexpected and intense public outcry from various affected communities. Indigenous groups protested the flooding of ancestral lands, erasing centuries of cultural heritage from existence. Environmentalists decried the irreversible destruction of unique ecosystems, including rare flora and endangered fauna. The time-lapse, intended to celebrate progress, inadvertently became evidence of ecological and cultural displacement. Farmers downstream also suffered, as altered river flows impacted traditional irrigation and fertile farmlands. But that's not the strangest part. The visual narrative itself began fueling the very opposition it documented. Critics used the same compelling footage to illustrate the immense scale of what was permanently lost. Another powerful example involves glacial retreat captured over many years in remote polar regions. The time-lapse shows colossal ice masses shrinking dramatically, revealing barren rock where ice once dominated. Scientists interpret these images as clear indicators of significant shifts in global climate patterns. However, the interpretation of these powerful visual transformations often becomes a battleground of ideologies. Some argue the retreat is a natural geological cycle, emphasizing historical fluctuations over current human impact. Others present the footage as undeniable proof of anthropogenic effects, demanding immediate and drastic action. Wait until you hear what comes next. The visual evidence, while clear, still fails to convince everyone. This division highlights how visual data, despite its apparent objectivity, can be selectively interpreted and politicized. The changing coastlines, visible in extended time-lapses, also reveal contentious land disputes and resource conflicts. Expanding desertification, another stark time-lapse subject, shows fertile lands succumbing to encroaching sands. This visually striking process often correlates with human activities like unsustainable agriculture or deforestation. Local populations face severe displacement, prompting debates about resource management and international aid obligations. The accelerated view of these environmental shifts brings the urgency of such complex issues into sharp focus. And then something unexpected happened. Even seemingly mundane urban time-lapses spark intense controversy. Observing a city's growth, from empty lots to towering skyscrapers, showcases rapid economic development. Yet, this rapid construction often means the demolition of historic buildings or the displacement of long-term residents. The visual narrative of progress clashes directly with concerns about gentrification and the loss of cultural identity. Citizens frequently protest these transformations, arguing that community voices are ignored for corporate gain. Time-lapse footage, documenting these urban changes, frequently becomes exhibits in heated public planning meetings. The power of time-lapse lies in its ability to condense vast periods, making abstract issues tangibly visible. This visual immediacy can galvanize public opinion, forcing policymakers to address previously ignored problems. It transforms complex data into an easily digestible and emotionally resonant narrative, for a global audience. However, the selective framing of these transformations can also manipulate perceptions, fueling specific agendas. A time-lapse might highlight economic benefits while deliberately omitting the social costs of a development project. This raises profound questions about journalistic ethics and the responsibility of visual content creators. What narratives are amplified, and which ones are silenced when presenting these dramatic visual stories? The impact extends beyond mere observation. Time-lapses become powerful tools in legal battles and advocacy campaigns. They provide undeniable visual evidence, influencing court decisions regarding environmental protection or property rights. Activists utilize these compelling videos to recruit supporters and pressure corporations or governments into action. Conversely, mesmerizing powerful entities, often transformations, commission their compel us to own, scrutinize the true time-lapses to costs of presented development, and more change, favorable, sanitized version of events. This visual struggle underscores the contentious nature of progress when viewed through an accelerated lens.
Ultimately, these mesmerizing transformations compel us to scrutinize the true costs of development and change.
They challenge viewers to consider whose story is being told and whose experiences are being overlooked. The controversial aspects of time-lapses remind us that every visual story carries inherent biases and implications. Mesmerizing time-lapse transformations, despite their aesthetic appeal, often unveil deep societal and environmental conflicts. They serve as a crucial reminder that progress is rarely universally celebrated and always carries consequences. These powerful visual records force us to engage critically with the world's rapid, often contested, evolution. If you found these compelling insights fascinating, subscribe for more incredible stories like this one. Also, share your thoughts in the comments about what time-lapse transformations you find most controversial.